Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm here with my friend one more time in 2025. Introduce yourself, sir.
Hi, I'm Mr. Smooth. I upload much less than this guy does.
Hell yeah, and Mr. Smooth, man, we have a new format, new list. Bro, what'd you do today?
I brought Crystal Beast because I just didn't want to buy any new cards, and I just really wanted to play this today. I had to change 2 cards for the new ban list, and that was it.
Hell yeah, man, new ban list. Locals is active today. Win X1.
New end of match procedures, which thankfully that didn't come up because...
Hell yeah. Well, dude, let's get into deck profile then, brother.
Alright, let's go ahead and get started. So first, you have to play Rainbow Dragon in the deck. Some builds play 2, but it's kind of a brick. You don't want to see it unless you see one of the other spells.
Have you ever played 2? And you just
there are some builds where you do, because one of the spells you get to later needs it to do it.
Okay.
But it otherwise it just does nothing in your hand if you don't have the names set up. So, but you do need one in the deck for later on. First, the other names. Pegasus is probably the best one in the deck. Gets you all the other names in rotation. Very much not once per turn, which we abuse that in this deck. This is the one where this comes up. The other effect to summon itself during battle doesn't really come up. If it's in the spell trap zone, you can banish it, you summon one from deck, negating its effects, and you add Rainbow Dragon. You have to add Rainbow Dragon in order to do that. So if you draw this, and this is in the spell trap zone, then you can't use that. Is why you play 2 sometimes, because if you draw this, then it's just dead. But this is, I think, 50-something cards. It's like 52. That's why you play a high card count. That way, that normally doesn't come up. That means you can't really play as many hand traps as well.
For sure.
Kind of play board breakers, but we'll get to that later. But you have to play at least one of that. You can play 2 if you want, but it ends up being kind of a brick. Carbuncle is the other best ones. Some builds play 2 of this in case it gets banished or you can't access it as easy, but you just abuse this isn't once per turn as well, because you put a bunch in the spell trap zone and then you just keep summoning them to be able to do stuff with the bodies. And here's the inherent flaw with Crystal Beast, is that the Crystal Beast spells and traps read insane, but you have to play all the bad names in order to make it happen. You could be playing Cat if you wanted to as well, but just from this is already 5 bricks in the deck, which is why you want to play more cards whenever you do that. But it makes the spells and traps really good, but you do have to play the bad names in order to make that live.
So you've been playing this deck for a while, huh?
For a bit, yeah. Got to give shout-outs to Dread Guy on YouTube. He has no idea who I am because he's an actual YouTuber who has a weekly consistent upload schedule. But most of these builds that I do, I take inspiration for what he does. This is one of his previous builds he did, and he'll do new ones in every format. He does one for Master Duel, he does one for TCG, and it's just keep doing what you're doing, because Crystal Beast is very fun to play.
Yeah, that's a good shout-out, man. Shout-out to you, bro.
So these are why you play the deck, because these spells read insane. This searches any crystal spell or trap. This adds one from deck to hand and places a different one, so you place this one in the spell trap zone, and then you add whatever else, depending on your hand. Sets this up really nicely. This is Soul Charge. If you have Carbuncle in rotation, it places 2 from deck, and then summons 1 from hand or grave, which is usually going to be Carbuncle. So you usually place 2 Pegasus, summon Carbuncle, Carbuncle, summon both Pegasuses, and then get 2 more names in rotation. This card is broken in this deck whenever you can pop that off. This card, every effect of this card reads insane, but this is the card where you have to have Rainbow Dragon in your hand in order to activate it. So that's why I'm only playing 2 of it, because it's a great extender, but you kind of already have to get going in order to do it. But otherwise, you can either summon Crystal Beast from anywhere, from deck, spell trap, or grave, or you can add or foolish a Rainbow Bridge card, which you're usually going to be searching this to the hand, because this card is just does everything for you that you want. It's an extra normal summon for a Crystal Beast. You can pop a Crystal Beast on field or in hand to search a crystal spell or trap. Or if it sees a Crystal Beast hit your spell and trap zone, you can bounce a card your opponent controls, so it's disruption as well. This card just does everything for you. And then we play the counter trap as well, because Omni negates are good.
Oh yeah,
you have to have a Crystal Beast on field in order to pop to be able to do this, but go figure, that's not hard in this deck. And then we also play the Foolish Burial Goods package with the Rainbow Bridge of Salvation, because this is one of your best starters, because search Pegasus to hand, search the field spell, or search any of the field spells that we're doing, and for those we're playing the Gamma Seal package, because Infinite Negates is a And then we also play the YuGiOh Temple, because we're actually running a Millennium engine. in this. There are a couple different ways you can build this, but the Millennium Engine works really, really well with this because it helps with the consistency. It'll get you more bodies on the field. You can stick this and then get 2 other things in the Spell Trap Zone to summon Doom Dragon and make a Photon Lord negate really early if you need to do that. They're big bodies if you need to help swing for game. You do have to pay life points, but guess what? That doesn't matter anymore because the time rules change.
Heck yeah.
With that. But no, these are really good for consistency. This gets you any of these. This will get you the field spell. The field spell places a monster from your hand in the Spell Trap Zone, which, you know, that's pretty good in this deck. Yeah. And you just keep getting bodies and keep the synergy up going with all the rest of that, which is why you play this engine.
Yeah, and this actually got you all the way to the last round, undefeated, and just lost out to what deck was the guy that got playing?
Yummy is a very good deck.
Oh yeah, Yummy's still playable, dude. For sure.
We can do a lot, but with when your Yummy opponent, when your Yummy opponent has 3 hand traps and a 1-card starter, it's get a little tough to get.
What can you do, you know?
Another fun package we play is Konami left this guy illegal, so I'm going to abuse that because rank 4 decks can search this, and then this card should be banned. But I understand it's not doing anything right now, but this card's disgusting, and we take advantage of that. And then because we play anywhere from like 48 to 60 cards, you really can't feasibly run hand traps because you're not going to see them as much. So you want to play board breakers to kind of offset that. So I went with Droplet, Book of Eclipse. That's good for setting Yummy stuff, and you can bait out of the negates. Call by just to help with hand traps if you do happen to see it. Talents because we can search it, and some other stuff with Thrust. And if we're going first, guess what? Konami left that legal as well because we can make Castel as a rank 4. If you get Fuud, just make Castel, set this, and your opponent's unhappy about it because Konami keeps Lingering Floodgates legal.
And that's the only trap you play out of the 50-some cards, huh?
Yes, there are some builds where you can play Imperm. You can justify Imperm because it's technically a board breaker card as well, and it's a thrust target, but, I mean, Featherstorm is just a
Oh yeah, Featherstorm is crazy. It's crazy.
All right, extra deck. Here's the reason that you have to play all the other names. This guy is a little difficult to set up, but he is insane for the payoff. So if there are 7 Crystal Beasts with different names banished, he goes up to 11k attack, so he just wins games by himself. Or if he has not battled this turn, you can quick effect tribute him, shuffle everything on board back into the deck, and then summon as many banished Crystal Beasts as you can, which still puts up enough damage on board. This is a little bit of setup, but this card is just really, really good, which is why you play the 7 different names to be able to make it. We do play the 2 Doom Dragons. I was doing some builds that only play the 1, but 2 just comes up so much more. It's a rank 8 to help go into Photon Lord with the Millennium stuff, or with Crystal Beast Rainbow Dragon. It pushes stuff back in the Spell and Trap Zone, so it's disruption as well. You summon its cross sheep zone, so you just keep triggering. You just keep going with that. And sometimes you need it to get some of the different names engraved so that you can be able to summon this guy on your turn as well. The XEs, Konami left Featherstorm legal. Banshee for the Protoss play. You also use it as a body to, when it gets banished, summon itself back with Flag. Galagranite searches, I forget his name, but one of the Millenniums is a rock, the one that searches the field spells, so this is consistency for the Millennium Engine. Dugarius comes up sometimes to either draw cards or summon something back just to help with some of the combos and consistency. This is your plan B / your Zeus button if you need something that's not targetable. Photon Lord is something you can make early sometimes for negates or just be a part of your end board, and Zeus is a good card.
Zeus is Zeus, man. I like the X-1 Z lineup.
Oh yeah.
That's pretty dope, man.
Oh, yeah. you can get away with some stuff in this. Cross Sheep is for the combos. SP is just a good card. We play 2 Saryuja because we always have the bodies to do that, and drawing 8 cards is better than drawing 4 cards. And then Zelantis is, funny enough, I go into this less, but this is just if you've been disrupted and you need to trigger Pegasus or Carbuncle a couple times because you reset them, and Pegasus and Carbuncle are notably not once per turn, so you do that. But I usually go into him less, because you don't want to leave him as part of the end board if you end on Gameciel, because that makes their Super Poly alive to remove Gameciel because they can use this and Gameciel because they're the same type. Okay. So I usually don't make this as part of the end board. This is only for the combos. If I have to combo with him to get more names in rotation, I usually get him off board because I don't want to play into Super Poly. Heck yeah. And then side is whatever you want to make it. This is kind of thrown together with the new banlist stuff. I put Ashen here. There were 3 judgments in here, but Konami decided not. This isn't bad. You don't. Again, you can't really justify main decking hand traps in this because you're playing this version is 52 cards. Other versions are like up to 60, so you're not going to see them consistently. But this is just for if you know you're going first to stop the Charmies, because Fua is just devastating into you, so you want different ways to be able to stop that. I didn't know how prevalent Malice was going to be, but this funny enough came up against Dragon Maid of all things, because their new guy summons by banishing from Field and Grave, so that actually came up. I don't know if I'm going to keep this in because I don't think Malice is going to be as prevalent, so we'll probably be okay with that. Droll is Droll. It's just, you know, going to be good for a while.
Hell yeah.
Some more thrust targets. Back row hates. Stop the board. Raigeki, clear the board.
Oh, hold on. Before you reveal them, let me guess. 3 lightning storms or no?
Almost.
Oh, almost. Okay.
No. Another one of these because Konami kept it legal.
Yeah, they did.
Another thrust target that came up against a few different matchups, and I had to keep the one in because, you know, extra Omni Negates come up sometimes.
Nah, dude. Mr. Smooth, this is cool, man. Any last comments or anything, bro?
Just, you know, people that play the game try and stick with it more than I do, because I try to find reasons to keep playing, and this is one of the reasons. This deck is a little wonky, but it can be really fun sometimes. I understand that Infinite Gamma Steel Negates isn't always fun for the opponent, but
yeah.
To me, picking apart boards is more fun, because this deck, if you have the gas in your hand, can actually really pick apart a board, and that's a fun puzzle to solve. But you know, just that's fun to do, and that's what keeps you going back. Shout out to everybody else here; they're all relishing over people's opening packs.
Oh yeah,
that's why we.
Hell yeah, dude.
Speaking of
Well, Mr. Smooth, thank you for showing deck profile, and again, special shout out to what was the guy's name you were saying?
Dread Guy.
Dread Guy. Hell yeah, man. I'm sure these people in the Crystal Beast community already know about him.
Oh yeah,
I know Dread Guy.
Until next time, guys, remember to comment, like, subscribe. Peace.